Hey there, everyone. I'm Caitlin, your geeky girlfriend, and we're getting back into my Real Talk movie review series today. I've kind of put this on hold for a while. I wanted to um, uh, jump back in once I had a lot of movies to review, and I'm grateful that I have used part of my summer break to kind of watch some newer and some a little bit older movies and give you a lot of new content. So as always with a movie review, there are some minor spoilers ahead, and let's get right into today's review. I'm going to be reviewing Disney's latest animated film, Raya and the Last Dragon. Now, this was released earlier on. Um, it was released, I'd want to say, in March or April of this year. It was early 2021, and it was Premiere Access on Disney Plus. Now, I did not purchase the Premiere Access. I just waited for it to be available for regular streaming, which it is right now. So I watched it via a regular stream. So Raya and the Last Dragon. Like I just said, there are going to be some slight spoilers. I'm going to try not to give too much away. But let's take a look at some of the scenes and just a quick review of our plot. So, um, in summary, Raya and the Last Dragon follows Raya, the main character, who is Disney's new princess, and she is from this kingdom that has different tribes, which are based on the parts of a dragon. So, the tail, the head, the body, and there's the wings, I think. So there's like four different tribes of people. And at the beginning of the film, it kind of shows how the tribes used to be all united by the dragons, and then there was somebody who tried to steal the dragon's power, which you can see in the top left picture there. The dragon is holding like this little orb, and in the beginning of the film, they kind of show that the tribes people tried to steal and overpower the dragons, so the dragons had to sacrifice themselves. And once that happened, the power was concentrated into this little tiny orb, and the dragons were vanished slash disseminated. And so Raya's tribe is watching over the dragon's power. And so in the bottom right picture, you can kind of see where the film goes quickly into it. You see Raya as a young girl. She meets the center picture there, and they kind of talk about how much they love dragons, and come to find out that the center picture just is trying to deceive her and steal the orb for her tribe. So there's a lot of deceit, a lot of manipulation, and Raya as a member of her tribe, which it's been a few weeks since I've watched the movie, so I can't remember which tribe Raya is from. But she has to go and recapture the orb in the heart of the dragon, similar to like a Moana sort of thing. So she meets Sisu, the dragon, and Sisu's power. All the dragons have different powers. So some can multiply, some can be invisible, some can shapeshift, whatever. And Sisu's power is shapeshifting, so she can actually transform herself into a human and blend into the human world. And she tells the story of all of her brothers and sisters that sacrifice themselves throughout the film. Um, and that's pretty much the whole premise of the plot. Is Raya and Sisu go after the dragon stone to bring it back to her kingdom, where they can keep it safe and bring the dragons back to life. That's Sisu is the last living dragon, and they are trying to just bring the dragons back to life. The character in the center picture there kind of prevents it or presents an obstacle for Raya, and other characters in the film do as well. There is a good use of sidekicks. Like some of the side supporting characters are kind of funny and cute, and so they give a good some supporting roles. So overall, my pros about this movie were that the animation was beautiful. I mean, even if we look at the last picture and looking at Sisu there, I mean, the colors and the animation, it was almost breathtaking. It gave me a sense of watching a Pixar movie, Coco and The Good Dinosaur, just the liveliness and the real um, real looking animation sequences were just beautiful. The scene at the very, very end, I'm not going to tell you what it is, but I was just watching it mesmerized by the beautiful colors and the animation. And then just the fact that Disney introduced a new princess, they've been doing that a lot lately. The last new one that was introduced was Moana, and that's been a few years. So it was about time for a new princess. Now, overall, I was underwhelmed by this movie. I'll give my score at the end, just like I always do, but I was underwhelmed. Part of that for me was Aquafina. She plays Sisu, and for me, her voice just did not fit the animation of the dragon. So Sisu as a dragon is very light, she's very bubbly, and Aquafina's personality and even voice style just doesn't really match that for me. And so the whole time I was watching this movie, I was just thinking about how I felt that there was somebody else whose voice would have fit that role better. It has nothing to do with the fact that they were trying to primarily use all Asian or Asian American actors, which I think is great. They did supply their cast with a lot of that descent, but it was just simply the voice matching the animation. It just didn't do it for me. And so the whole time I was watching this movie, I was just, every time she talked, I just was thinking to myself that it just didn't match. And it really ruined the movie for me. It has a similar ending to other Disney films. Again, I'm not going to give too much into that, but there is a sequence towards the end of the film where all the characters sort of band together and try and help Raya, and it doesn't quite work. But then one character in particular really makes a big sacrifice that just, absolves everything. And we've seen that in similar films. And like I mentioned before, it had a very Moana sort of vibe to it, with her going all across the kingdom to find the little orb, very similar to finding the heart of Tafiti and, meeting Maui and all that. So it had a very Moana vibe to me, and it just felt like very similar to other things Disney has done. I wanted more out of this film. Like, I wanted more in the backstory of, like, why the people wanted to get rid of the dragons and that sort of thing. It showed like a little bit of a snippet, and then it kind of jumped and just went to showing how Raya played into it, which I understand she's the main character, but I wanted more in the history. I wanted more drama and suspense in the movie overall. I felt like I knew what was going to happen the whole time I was watching it. So I didn't really have that, oh my gosh, this is so unexpected, like I did in other previous Disney films. I keep going back to Coco, but Coco's ending was very shocking to me. And I had truly no idea what was going to happen. And that's what, as an adult, that's what I look for in a Disney film. I understand, Disney primarily markets to kids, but they have to understand that there are a lot of adults watching their films as well. And so overall, I was unimpressed by this film. I have only watched it once, and I'm not really too interested in watching it again. I would give it a C minus overall, like a 5 out of 10. Like, it was just, I watched it and I was just like, I didn't love it, and I don't even know if I would, like, it's definitely not anywhere in my top 10 or my top 20. Like, it's definitely going to fall in the middle of the pack for me when it comes to Disney animated films, which is really disappointing because I felt the same way about Soul, and you can see that review here on my channel as well. But I'm overall very disappointed in the quality of movies that Disney has produced lately. And as somebody who loves Disney, I'm really expecting like to be blown away by these movies. And maybe I'm just getting my hopes up too high. I'm not sure. So anyway, Raya and the Last Dragon just didn't quite do it for me. I really was expecting more, and there were just a lot of things that I wished this movie had that it just simply did not. I loved the animation, and that alone, like the beauty of it, is what helped it be a C minus, and even that score is one of the lowest I think I've ever given a Disney movie. So overall, not my favorite, but I encourage you to go watch it on Disney Plus and think of it for yourself. And if you disagree with me, please respectfully tell me in the comments what you loved about this movie or didn't like about this movie. I've I watched this movie with my husband's sisters and family, and all of us were kind of under the same impression of just like meh. Like nobody that I watched it with really enjoyed it. But please, if you did, please, please, please tell me in the comments and let me know. Make sure if you don't already subscribe, you subscribe to my channel because I've got a lot more movie reviews coming. I've got a lot of book reviews coming because I'm still making through my to be read book list. So I've got a lot of those. I've been doing written movie reviews on my Instagram page. So if you're not already a follower, go and follow at your_geeky GF on Instagram, and you can see all of my typed movie reviews. I recently did The Heat, Crazy Rich Asians, Mean Girls, The Breakfast Club. So I've done a lot of like older movies on there, and you can see my reviews on there as well. So please go check me out on Instagram. I also do a lot of unboxings and fashion blogging as well. So go check me out. And like I said, if you're not already a subscriber, please do that. Tell me what you liked or didn't like about this movie, Raya and the Last Dragon, in the comments. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.